Hey Adam,
Hi, Rado. How are you today?
good. I'm good. I'm ready to jump for to discuss another
Let's do it.
cases.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Today is an interesting one. I think I found today's topic quite challenging. So let's see. Let's see where it takes us.
So today's topic is fashion e-commerce. It was a tricky one. I actually didn't enjoy this one as much as the previous ones, especially in the beginning. But at the end, I think the result is pretty good one in my case. So let's just describe to the viewers like what we do. What is our aim, Adam, in the series of these videos that we record every week?
So basically, what we do is that every recording we go through one given industry. We pick up the example companies from those industries. So today's couple of two fashion brands, fashion websites, and by going through our tried and tested procedure, our framework of assessing the traffic those websites are getting, where there might be some gaps in user experience. We come up with interactive elements like configurators, like calculators, assistants that allow those websites to convert better. So you can imagine that in this case, we will see a lot of images, fashion, virtual try-on rooms, changing rooms, and things like this. But the goal is to capitalize on this massive trend we see online that people stop searching for things, they ask the internet. So by creating those interactive elements, we maximize the traffic that is already there. So it's not like, a strike of genius. It's more like a tried and tested framework of maximizing the marketing those companies are already doing.
So what we basically do, I think we can call it conversion rate optimization with AI mini apps or widgets that we place on the existing pages that already receive a ton of traffic, and basically we validate together with the clients how the widgets and or the mini apps work. We build them using AI, and then we use marketing analytics solutions and everything else that was used for many years already in marketing to evaluate whether we have better or worse results before and after. And basically we try to give the users even superior to ChatGPT or Gemini experience, because these tools are still really probabilistic. So basically they try to basically answer the questions that users have. Often the experience is much better than the one that used to be in the past. That someone Googles something, then you find some blog post that you enter the blog post, then you read the content, or you land on the page with the products, and then you try to find the products. But now users are on the lookout for something new, something more personalized, something more suited to their needs with better user experience. That's why we came
I
up with that
think this
service.
relevance and speed are the key things and also, like, as you said, a tried and tested content, a trusted source that, for example, if you go, it's not like a random blog somewhere by someone you don't know that starts to, for example, recommend you supplements. It's on the website of like a reputable source. We have an example of like the company that's been on the market for years, and they specifically, the AI's, let's say, assistant can help you choose from their catalog relevant products based on their knowledge. So this creates this reciprocity of value. So the user sees, oh, I quickly got an answer to my question. Nothing new under the sun. If someone helps you, you like them more.
Yes,
So
exactly.
suddenly,
That's the point
yeah.
of that process.
And we allow our customers to do it at scale online. So yeah, some of our customers actually, when we enter, we show them like, look, you already do this. You put a banner with the phone number, or talk to an expert, talk to a consultant that will help you make a choice. We can digitize the same process, so we can do it at scale. And because we approach the whole offering towards the market as a marketing activity, we basically, coming from the agency, we've got all pay-per-click, SEO, the usual suspects of effective digital marketing. We are this final block of, as you said, conversion rate optimization. I would say a very modern and bespoke conversion rate optimization that maximizes the whole journey for our customers. And we do it in a attractive and effective way. And the results speak for themselves. We see a lot of uplift on elements like this.
And it wouldn't be possible without all the AI builders that came out over the last 2 years, 1 year especially. And now basically the cost of building such a solution went dramatically down, and you don't need developers or a software house to build calculators, evaluators, a changing room, visualization solutions, and so on. Let's give it an example to users. Before we jump into the brands that we want to discuss today, let's maybe discuss this example.
Yeah, so to summarize, what we see on the screen is, on the left, I would say you see the best practice example that the company I mentioned before created a very informative, well-researched and grounded in their over 50 years of experience, a blog post about a very specific and important topic. So what supplements the pregnant women can take and which to take to make this special time in their life the best possible. And it follows all the best practices that we know from the SEO perspective, is packed with practical information, the keywords, headlines, the whole book, the playbook is followed to the T. The thing is that I think the blog post is about, it's very long to pack all the information, and we notice that this page is generating a lot of traffic. However, a significant proportion of this traffic is bouncing. So we see that it's well positioned in Google and other search engines. People click on it. Okay, this is something for me, but oh, whoa, that's too much. Like, that's too much text. And
I
suddenly
have
the
no time
objections
to
come.
read all of it.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody has time. Like, how come? Like, nobody has time, or at least nearly, I think 40% if people decide that they don't have time. However, what we've created on the right is basically a much more interactive and personalized experience to extract this content, where the visitor basically specified, okay, which trimester are they in, what constraints that might have, prefer, and what, for example, prefer like evening ritual to morning one, as well as what they experience during this time. And out of the catalog of the products, it surfaces the ones relevant to their situation. Obviously, if the person wants to explore the rationale why such product was chosen and why not the other one, the blog post is still available, and you can, take your time to read it, but you already got an answer to the real question you have. Yeah, following this framework that people stop searching, because if they search, they would be looking for something on the left, but they have a specific situation they experience. So now we've got tools to basically ask the real situation. So, okay, what brings you here, dear visitor? Tell us a bit more about yourself. And this is the answer you've been looking for. So those go hand in hand. One does not replace another. They are very complementary, because the content to the one on the right, to the configurator, comes from all the knowledge which is already presented on the left. So
And you
this is
still have both paths
expansion.
available. And you
Oh
still
yeah,
have both
absolutely,
paths available.
absolutely.
To basically, we will improve this example, but I imagine a banner here in the beginning of the blog post, try redirecting user to this specific web app, or this web app, a widget basically, like embedded into the content of that article, so that the user doesn't have to like click and move to be on another page. Both options are available, and this is what we try to propose to different clients.
Yeah, because what's important to say is that the same element, interactive element, can be embedded or linked to from different content clusters. I don't want to get too technical on SEO, but this is why we offer this as a service, a subscription-based service, where we will take care of the whole website, not like the traditional developers that go like, this is the application you have, and so be it. Here we do it in the way that our goals are aligned with our customers of generating more leads, better quality leads. Because
better experience.
what we see on the screen, this interactive element, the final step is that, dear customer, based on what you've inputted to the system, those are recommended products we have for you. And you've got a pre-populated cart, like, would you like to try them? Of course, there can be a discount code, which is time limited, another marketing activities that we know from the internet, but we guide the experience towards what our customers want. So in this case, it's an e-commerce. So of course, e-commerce wants to increase conversion rates, average order values, lifetime values, and all the good stuff. And we see the elements like this impact those metrics significantly. And in the end, growing businesses.
Exactly. Let's jump in. Brand number one for today's for today's session is emp.de. Since we are based in Europe, we cover different European businesses. So I picked today a German fashion brand to be analyzed, since like our solution is universal. The language or the traffic type or like the geo doesn't count. Basically, we produce interactive elements or widgets that can be fully localized to every European, all the languages basically. So this is the traffic. This is what I've noticed when analyzing this domain. 13,000 keywords, and this domain has a very unique specialty. They basically they have a lot of accessories and products related to Halloween or festival styles or themes, emo theme or Halloween or specific elements
We
related.
record this in October.
Yeah, steampunk, all these grumpy cat, all the memes, all of the very well-known characters and actors and singers that you would like to be dressed up with, or do you like their style? You can basically, and they have a lot of keywords related to basically festivals and Halloween. And not only, there are like at least 20 other widget app ideas how it could be used, and that this is the usual experience of users. And to be honest, I like it. Like you land on an e-commerce page, and you basically see products, and you see models, and this is how most of the e-commerce would work. But in here, I like this page, Alice in Wonderland. So this is the page that they land on, and you see all of the top, the bottom, some gloves, a scarf, stuff like that. And you have to like imagine how you will look like in all of these clothes, of course. And I imagine like that it could be way easier for users to basically give this user this virtual changing room experience. So this is the one that I used. But at the same time, the queries from users, they become longer and longer. The long tail keywords, the things that they are looking for in ChatGPT, in Gemini, is becoming more and more complex. And I see this website as an example of a website of an e-commerce that has all the elements to blend it together in a lot of different variants. Every person have different variants, and they will be looking, and I imagine people looking for a Halloween costume of Alice in Wonderland, having a top with a smile of the cat and a red scarf with green trousers with some, I don't know, with some more elements that is connected with that story. And they will get an answer from Gemini. Like, where can you get all these products? Or from ChatGPT. But I know that it's gonna be possible in the future to be visible in ChatGPT with apps connected to ChatGPT to basically allow them to visualize that. And I believe that e-commerce stores will be in position to basically be in ChatGPT in the future as well. And also in Gemini to also produce these long tail keywords where they land on this virtual changing room where they can see already pre-existing combinations of different products that they have in their inventory so that they could like see instantly the result. Of course, there will be way more advanced apps that allow you to basically upload your photo and see yourself in the image, and that's coming for sure. And we are agnostic when it comes to the technology, how we could implement that. The goal is basically to capture that traffic, capture that intent, and increase the conversion rate of and experience of users. For the exercise of this session, of this process, we have the methodology to identify ideas for the mini apps, widgets that can improve the experience significantly. So I've identified basically two or one. Of course, this is a widget called Occasion Dresser. So one is Halloween, second is Theme Party. So as you can see, the 80s outfit, 90s outfit, casino party outfit, rockstar costume, and so on. So this is very similar to Halloween. This is basically the same thing. And we are talking about a monthly traffic of 80,000 plus 10,000. That's 100,000 people landing on the pages, and having not only like having a pop-up or floating banner that, hey, connected, see it all together, or maybe even like building this long tail experience inside of the app. I believe that this could be a way to capture way more traffic and having a superior experience. And the numbers that we are talking about are really significant. And if having that better experience, that's also something that Gemini, ChatGPT, Google gratifies. It should, these pages should rise in position. So that would translate into capturing way more from the available market demand. Market demand in Germany is that's 2.5 million plus 350,000 in search volume. That's a huge market. So it's worth investing and evaluating and having a partner who really tries to understand how to do it well. So here we have the mini app that I've created, the widget. So that's a very basic solution. That's just a proposal. So the idea here is to have a mix of solutions that people could like even drag and drop or choose from the inventory specific products that are tagged and related to specific theme. So I don't know. Let's tag these 3 products together. Like they all not connect. Sometimes when you click on this one unclicks. But like Gemini.
Yeah, because they are grouped like top, trouser, and
because you cannot
accessory.
have two trousers or like something like that. So
There we go.
that's the power of the right prompting, and that's the power of like building packages and using AI in building many packages or even packages that we haven't came up with yet, but also allow users to create packages like combinations of different elements. So that's a very basic one, but like let's imagine, I don't know, some more accessories like a bag or like shoes, like I don't know, some other things that are related. I can see that it's really like Alice in Wonderland, maybe like I don't know, like a witch or something like that. That's a very basic one, but we can imagine and use our imagination if that widget mini app really invested heavily in like imagine having hundreds of thousands even of different combinations and that creating a lot of powerful traffic. So yeah,
Absolutely. I
e-commerce
like it.
businesses are not e-commerce businesses anymore, in my opinion. Now this is the way, in my opinion, and the sooner you start experimenting with solutions like that, the closer you will be to winning the game, in my opinion. So that's the
Absolutely.
cool. Any thoughts, Adam?
No, I think I really like it when we will see. I've built something similar with a slightly different spin, but I totally agree with this last sentence you said that e-commerce businesses are not e-commerce anymore in the sense of being an online catalog to choose from. They have to become more like customer centric in helping them to choose, educating them how to use the product, when to use the product, what comes next, what's before, and yeah, because with the amount of competition being like growing exponentially, the companies the stores that will create this relationship with the customer, they will win. And yeah, no, I think it's great. It's funny that we record this in October and like Halloween is just around the corner. So I totally see the solution like this being used. And to be honest, I'm already being retargeting on via different ad platforms with the fancy costume parties, series and stuff like this. So
Nobody has deployed that strategy so far.
no, yeah, I haven't seen it's basically, oh, what do you? Yeah, I think and especially in fashion, because I found fashion. I thought at the beginning it would be, oh, that's quite easy, but the more exploration and going through our frameworks, it is a competitive market. So I think someone who gets it right can win big, because the company success, I like to see it as a weight of the challenge you solve for customers. So in fashion it was surprisingly big. What we see on the screen, I chose brand number 2, ZARA. I focus a global massive player in fashion, in fast fashion. I focused on the UK market. And yeah, when analyzing the traffic they are generating, there is the experience. It might not be the target market, but I wasn't a fan of the experience. But looking under the hood of what's coming to this website, what queries generate traffic, of course, no surprise there. The top products were just product names, black dress, white trousers, jeans, stuff like this, and those generate massive amount of traffic. But when I narrowed it down to more like a problem focused traffic so the phrases beginning with how, I saw that there is still significant interest driving traffic to the same website of how to style something, how to choose, let's say, how to style. My favorite one was like green trousers or something like this. But that actually got me thinking that, look, we've got this massive catalog of products and solutions, and we've got also a demand of what to do with it, how to style it. Basically merging the two. Like if someone's looking for, let's say, the top one I think was a black dress, how to style it, how to use it, maybe not how to use it, but like, how to style it, when to wear it, what's appropriate, what's not. Having this informational element on the product page, that could really improve things. And if we go to the next slide, the current experience on ZARA page, like, there is this distinctive branding that we all recognize, a lot of imaginary, a ton of different product. What we see on the right is just like, the top of the search results of black dresses. There are like literally thousands of them. A lot of lookbooks that try to inspire you how to wear things, what to do. But I thought, and also like, going through our process and seeing how market is responding to it, people were like, yeah, but those are professional photo shoots. Nobody looks like this. Like in the sense, like, in real life, like without the right lighting, without the right setup. And so ZARA has a very strong brand, has a lot of products. And I saw them like, dabbling with content marketing, even from different angles of, guides to location, to iconic cities in Europe, like London, Milan, or stuff like this. And then you can see where the ZARA is. So they are doing very well. But when I went through our process, and if we look to the next slide, those are the top 4 ideas that we came out with, and I decided to go with the smart wardrobe stylist. We'll see in the second. But if you go back, what we see is that out of the whole massive catalog of products, when we analyze the traffic, especially the blend between the product volume, the product search volume, and the problem focused keywords, is that people still want to make it their own. How do I dress? What's the best? It's not like, how does a famous person wear stuff? Like, that's a starting point, but how do I make it my own? So, for example, fit visualizer, color coordination tool, style comparator. Like, I've got a leather jacket. How do I style it up? How do I style, like, make it more casual? How do I make it for summer, for winter? How do I make it my own? So it all funnels down to the app, Smart Wardrobe Stylist. Is that came from the premise that people who visit ZARA website by being aware of the brand are most likely to actually having an item from it. So you basically, create the journey like this. So if you go to the next slide and open a demo, and this is a very, let's say, automated demo that I've put together. Basically, what you can do here is you choose items that you already have. For example, a trench and some shoes. You choose the style you want to do and the colors you are comfortable with. And then once you click on build my look, those are like, placeholders, but it gives you different options of the looks you can achieve from those items. And it also recommends you what you need to buy in order to achieve this. So it's something similar to the app we saw you created for a specific occasion, but here it's more like building on what you already have and takes you on the journey with a brand, increasing your loyalty. And the expansion options are quite significant, because if someone has a ZARA account and like a loyalty program, the company in its CRM will know what items you have, when did you buy them. It can proactively reach out to you like, we've got this, like, amazing trench coat that goes very well with the trousers you already have. Would you like a 10% discount on it, and be the first one to know? And, that's been generated in no time. As we mentioned, like, this is a huge market. The challenge is and valuable market. So there are already players that specialize in creating solutions just for fashion. But I think it is worth looking into what's available and working with us on how to use it.
I think that what people are on the lookout, right now, the technology is not limitation, in my opinion. It's only the process that is missing here. I think that the brands like ZARA or many more, what they will need to provide to users is the guidance when it comes to the style and matching style and different combinations. When I'm looking at this, I see this potential, like, why outsourcing this work of being a stylist to the users? Like, this is your call, your decision. You combine this jacket with that trousers with these shoes, and you go to a store, even physically, and the responsibility is on you to to combine the colors the right way, to combine the products the right way. And for me, it's extremely challenging. And I think that for many people, and some people love it because they want to have that experience. But some, like there is a segment of population, which I believe is huge.
Everybody wants to look good.
Everybody wants to look good. Everybody wants to have a look that is validated, that this is the right one, this is a good one, this comes with style. But often they don't have capacity to recognize that style, which is it correct or is it not correct on themselves? And I believe ChatGPT, Gemini, all the solutions, there will be a lot of solutions like this one that will allow you to mix different clothes together. But what I think this is going to be still missing is to provide the validated styles. And I imagine backend of this app to have access to the stylists of ZARA to approve specific looks and specific combinations, and then add it to the widget, add it to the mini app like this one, and so that people could like combine specific products together, but some combinations should be blocked.
No, absolutely. And maybe this is why here we've got this.
And you should be able to start from two ends. From the product end, so I want this product, I want to have other products that are matching this one specific product, but also I am agnostic. I want to go through the different looks and cruise through and choose the ones that I like the most. And I think the backend of this app could be able to generate hundreds of thousands of combinations using the AI image generation solutions like Nano Banana or many more, and the validated looks of the models that ZARA has contracts with, so that they could on the output they could offer a lot of long tail keywords and different styles available to the users, and also this experience of cruising through a lot of styles, and also looking having tagging all the products, how this product is connected to different style looks. I see this as a huge product in my opinion, and maybe it's way beyond what we can offer, but I think that there will be solutions like that, or maybe an MVP could be something that we could deliver, but this is the way how I see e-commerce going. This is the future of e-commerce as I see it in fashion.
Yeah, definitely. And I think this, because we are focusing, as I mentioned at the beginning, we are marketers. So the solution always comes from the persona, their wants, their needs, the traffic the client is generated, and how do we respond to it. And I totally agree with you. Whoever starts implementing those the earliest can win, because they will show their care. And the more research I've done on this, both ZARA and its competitors are now focusing on what's called, the ROI of each wear. So how quickly the product, how many times you can wear it before you throw it away. What are the implications on the environment? How versatile and flexible you can be with the set of product you have. And that's in response to actual concerns clients have. So the more configuration options like what we saw on the screen in both of our examples, the more educated decisions client make. I see it as the company showing that they also care. They are aligned. It's not like I'm not trying to trick a customer to buy something. I'm trying to, okay, let's get this right. This is how it's going to look. That how it's going to come together. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. With time, you can use it in a different way. There were also suggested apps to evaluate where does it come from, how much water was used to create this, how much energy was consumed, what the material is like when it's heat and stuff. It's a lot of things to consider. So yeah, for me, it's a great opportunity to explore. And as you mentioned, they are companies that specialize only in digital experiences for fashion. And I'm rooting for them because they are solving a really, really, really interesting challenge. So it's great to see. As I mentioned, I thought it was easy. Well, it wasn't as easy as I thought. It was actually quite challenging.
It's not easy. But for sure, what has to be always measured is the methodology has to always be the same. It's whether it's a new channel of traffic, whether it's new way of marketing, new ad creative, new website or new landing page. And also if you extend the user's experience with providing them a widget, AI powered widget, like the one that we just presented, is it like the custom built or something small, or an MVP small version to try out, or maybe a comprehensive off-the-shelf huge solution that someone has worked, a startup. All of these things have to be measured in almost the same way. It has to be
Absolutely.
A/B test and sequential test, like before and after, or you deploy the app as a geo holdout test, like some locations get it, some don't, and then you measure the difference. And that's
it's
what
about
is
speed. Speed gives you knowledge. Speed gives you feedback. It's how quickly can you iterate and learn. This is why when we speak about our services, as you mentioned, conversion rate optimization, we don't know which interactive element will work best, but we will create as many as possible and compare and monitor them as a marketing service. So you don't need to worry about like the number of interactive elements, those widgets on your page. We all focus on generating leads, and we as a service make sure that you will get more leads or money back. Like we give guarantees actually.
All right. Thanks a lot for this session, Adam. It was a good one.
Thank you,
See you
Adam.
in the next one. Take care.
Take care. Bye bye.